Hello, collective. Hello. Welcome to Magic with Melly. If you're new here, welcome back. If you're coming back, I appreciate you for being magical and being here with me, Melly. I am Melly of Magic with Melly, and I'm here to help you continue the manic magic. Some of you may be feeling manic right now with what's going on during the holidays. Lots of weird family obligations, lots of this is where I wanted to be and this is not where I am kind of energy. It's giving like someone's comparing holidays like last year to this year, or previous years to this year, or even like someone's having a hard time. Okay, it's manic right now. So this message is for you. If you feel seen so far, go ahead and stick around and we'll tap into more for you. What's going on for collective? I'm hearing ask, like maybe let yourself figure out if like get the information you need is what I'm hearing, or put the information someone needs out there, something like this. Someone needs to put information out there or go get information. We have a 5 of Pentacles. This could be validation that you were sensing that there's information being withheld from you. Go ahead and let that be validation for you. Okay, goodbye. Hey friends, sorry about cutting off the video so quickly. I think that may have to be what happens here with collective. Either you're gonna be cutting off someone quickly or someone's cutting you off quickly, and I'm hearing it's a part of providing the space that one another needs in order to grow. Like the way that the cycle is perpetuating is not serving anyone. We have the Hermit reverse and the Queen of Wands. Like someone, the King of Pentacles reverse. Someone's in the way of a King of Pentacles is what I'm hearing. Like someone's the feelings have been used too much of a map or not enough of a map. For example, someone feels like shit but then continues to show up around people that make you feel like shit. It's giving like someone's not willing to start over because they're being gaslit to stay where they're at. Ace of Wands reverse, Queen of Pentacles, Temperance. It's giving like someone can see the potential that's residing in you and trying to stop it in its tracks before you get strong enough. Every time you get strong enough, you get knocked down a few notches, and these are like friends and family that are around you. And when I was saying like get the information you need, it was like right before I was running errands with my one of my parents, and it was like, is it okay if I stay in the car? Like I didn't want to interact if I don't have to. And someone's like, maybe that's the information you need to find out. It's like, do you have to interact? Do you have to respond? If you don't and you don't want to, then you don't have to. Some things are better served if you do respond. Some things are better served if you don't respond. We have 2 of Swords reversed. Sometimes you have to give yourself space to see like what happens. Sometimes if you wait too long, nothing happens though, is what I'm hearing. Like someone's been testing you, and you're passing the tests, but maybe you didn't even know you were taking tests, or your person, and it's like your person's getting tired because they maybe passed the test with flying colors, and you're like, oh my god, it's too good to be true, like let me keep testing them, let me keep seeing if they're gonna pass. And it's like, dude, okay, I already passed the test, like when are you going to just accept me or claim me? Someone's kind of, oh my gosh, the Hierophant and the Death. This has to do with like, this person's been afraid of commitment because of committing to the wrong people in the past, and they realize it didn't work out because they committed to people who weren't commitment type people, and then now it pushed them out of being a commitment type person. Like this person was someone who like really valued commitments and long projects. In a world where everyone has a short attention span, this person was pushed out of this energy and didn't realize how rare their own energy was, and that they were really needed to look for themselves. And then, but they kept finding things that weren't like themselves, and they were like, this is the whole rest of the world. It's giving like they had a mission that they kind of didn't completely know they were a part of. Like it's giving spirituality, like someone opened the gate to this person's spirituality, and they were coming to like the moment of truth of, oh, I served a purpose in these people's lives. They attracted me in because they needed someone like me. I didn't need people like them. They needed someone like me. And someone's like letting go of helping people who don't want to be helped. Like you served purpose by showing them that a love like you exists, but you do deserve that same love in return. And so it's giving like learned boundaries. Queen of Wands. Justice. Okay, so what I did just now is I put the half the deck like the wrong way. So someone like approached this connection totally wrong. They approached this connection as if it was like everything else. And then when it wasn't like everything else, they kept having to test it. They're like, no way, this is what I asked for. No way. King of Swords reversed. They're like, no way. They like fought it and fought it and fought it to the point where it started hurting them, resisting the way that they were. Some information that's being held from you is how deeply they are feeling for you, but also some of the dark stuff that they've been through is also being hidden from you. And then on top of the dark things that they've been through, it's also the dark things that they got pushed into doing, that like they were connecting over dark energy. Like someone may have put on their own assumptions on things and created a monster out of themselves because they had such horrendous energy occur to them, and then it's like some of this work had to be just exploded in their face. Like they maybe had to witness you crying and not being able to control it. Maybe they had to witness you like getting weaker and weaker every time you connected. It's giving like they didn't realize how much they were microdosing this, and then when someone's a super empath, how much more that person feels it. And like this is a message for my tarot readers and collective. Don't let don't let someone tell you you're like working too much, or that you're too serious, or you're too whatever. Like, you know that they might say something that you're already feeling, which makes you like really triggered and respond like in more heightened ways. But don't let someone else tell you what or who you are, or like how you're feeling. Like, it's giving gaslighting. Like, it's giving manipulation. Like, who are you to tell me how I feel? Like, I know how I feel. King of Wands. This person's probably projecting based off of how they feel. Like, if you know, like if they're telling you as a tarot reader, man, like I don't know, it's giving like dimming your light. Like someone's life path is about to like take off in like very glorious ways, like fireworks. And it's giving people are saying anything and everything to see if you'll be deterred. Testing. Someone's also learning like the hard way what not to do. And then in the other realm of things, someone's sitting back and observing what not to do, kind of just like letting other people mess up. Taking their time before they come in, right? And being like, okay, that person did not like that person did not like this when this stranger did that. You know, like someone's willing to be your friend first and be like highly friend zoned, and being until one day they come in as your emperor and you're like, where have you been all along? And it's like, I've been here all along. It's like really taking their time here. I think this was a decision that was had before they knew you existed. Someone perhaps took their time with a lot of options, and then like for you it was like rapid, and it didn't make sense because they're like, well, I spent like years on this person, I spent months with this person, and it only took me 2 days to change my mind about things that I thought were core values or core decisions. And it's just giving like right person, wrong time, or it's giving you have your set of decisions until you get I guess inspired or moved in a different way. It's giving like you wouldn't cross paths with this person who's changing your mind about things unless you were meant to change your mind about things eventually. You know, it's like, it's giving like some things are a no until the right set of circumstances flow in. So it's like, I grappled with this too, because I was like, oh, I'm celibate, like I'm celibate. And then I met someone and I'm like, maybe I'm not celibate. And someone needs to give themselves some time, right? Like that's this like interesting balance of not diving in too fast, but not taking too slow of a time that your opportunity passes you, because your person's not gonna wait forever. And neither are you, okay, and vice versa. It goes both ways. Well, I'm also hearing like 3 weeks to 4 months of a grace period testing someone is enough. More than 4 to 6 months. Like, someone can truly show their true colors if you're like intimately connecting in a few months. You know, it only takes 3 or 4 months to know if you want someone to stay around. And you may be assessing that with the friend groups that you're into. Oh shoot, we have the Emperor and the Empress out. However, I think whenever, I'm hearing like whenever the Empress comes in, the Emperor gets knocked off, and whenever the Emperor comes in, the Empress gets knocked off, because the cycles in which they are going in is like there's both individuals still carry baggage from previous connections, and it's giving like the loving lessons are still occurring for both counterparts. Like just when one counterpart feels ready and they come in, they trigger more healing for the other individual, which is good, a good thing. It's giving just divine timing. It's giving the counterparts have had gone through so much shit that it's like digging in a mine for diamonds. Like you just kind of gotta go in there, do the work, be okay with not finding anything. Go in there, do the work some more. You might find some treasure, but it's like not worth all the while. And then you keep going, and then then you hit like you just strike gold, like treasure. And it was worth all your efforts. It's giving like the second that something doesn't go your way, don't just give up, you know. Give it space. Give yourself space, even if that means choosing new things. I'm hearing for the collective, choosing new things will guide you to this person who's ready for you. Someone's like looking for growth, but then forget that growing hurts. And that growing is not something that you can see, like always. You can't always see growth unless you are paying attention to it or tracking it. It's like giving, your childhood home where you mark like your different heights. That could be significant for you. We have the Tower, reverse, and the Death. Someone's healing masculine wounds, like father wounds. It's like it's giving there's a lot more feeling in this reading than there is action. So someone's father wound or masculine wound is very, it's giving obvious. It's giving like someone's tired of their, like, it's this feminine energy that's like perpetuating, like there's not a balance. Like they feel good, but then they're not taking action, and then when they don't take action, the feel goods turns into feels bads because their action is what's missing. And then when they don't feel good, they're not taking action. It's like perpetuating the same thing. Like this person needs to heal their masculine energy, and then if they're doing more, they're gonna be feeling better. Like it's not going to self-destruct into itself. Some people are like masculine feminine energy. So if you're in a purely feminine energy, you're going to need someone who's purely operating in a masculine energy. Masculine and feminine energy harmonize. Okay, and so that's where some individuals need to balance feminine and masculine within self, as a healthy balance within self, and then you can attract someone who has a healthy balance within themselves as well, because you will always have that need for masculine energy as a feminine, and you'll always need that feminine energy as a masculine, no matter how much you carry as an energy. Now if you're 80% 20, then you need someone who fulfills the other, who has like their unique balance, like harmonized with you. If you're like 100% feminine, you need someone who is 100% masculine and understands you know, I need to be in my masculine role so that this person can stay in their feminine role. Divine counterparts are divine, they're pure. For the rest of collective, it's giving, like, having your own formula of, I have this amount of energy. Noticing when someone is resistant to your energy, or like it repels, like it makes you feel some type of way, then I suppose now's not the time to be connecting with that person. You know, you can admit, hey, I need some space. Now, there was a woman at the bar, okay, we began on a large misunderstanding, and then we had a conversation and we had a new understanding. However, the next time she saw me, it's like she didn't, for me it was too soon, right? Like she could see in me that I'm still uncomfortable with her, that we still kind of have a misunderstanding. Like, I don't know her like that, she don't know me like that. So she kept coming at me with like, I accept everyone, I love everyone, I just want to understand, I just want to understand, I just want to understand. And I'm like, okay, but you telling me repeatedly is not showing me that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like you have, like, that's probably a message for collective. If someone has to tell you repeatedly that they are not that type of person, that they're not that type of person, that they wouldn't do such a thing, they wouldn't do such a thing, they wouldn't do such a thing, it's like maybe they have already and they don't want you to find out. It's giving people who say they wouldn't, they only have to say it once, and then people who say they wouldn't, they just wouldn't. Like, that's like they just wouldn't. They don't always have to defend that they wouldn't do that. They just wouldn't. They just have to say it once, and that's it. Now, if you know you have a good person and they can't, like, believe you because their trust and their trauma's in the way, then that's their own healing journey. You need to give them space to come around eventually. You can't keep convincing, like, trying to convince them. It just makes it worse, is what I'm hearing. Let your actions speak louder than words. This is giving probably more of the perpetuating energy of, like, there's just some things that maybe you don't know because you're just not meant to know, but then there's also things that you don't know because your person doesn't want you to know, because it makes it more complicated for them to show up if they did know those things about you, because it's like things that they're actively working on. Like, they don't want to share that they're having problems with their friend group, because if they end up working things out with their friend group, then it comes back at them like, oh, they were, like, could have been talking shit, and then, like, they didn't stand on their boundaries or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes some things can get used against you if you're whiplashing between your decisions. Like, once you make a decision, stand on it. Like, if you don't, some of you are being tested for how weak you are, of like, oh, let's cross her boundaries repeatedly, let's cross their boundaries repeatedly. And when it's the last straw and, like, the mirror is pointed at them and they have to see themselves, they gaslight you back into, like, perpetuating, because maybe they were bullying you, feeds their ego. Bullying you makes them feel better, so then they can't look at themselves in the mirror when they're like, I've had enough. Like, they can't handle the karma that's going to be turned on them when you turn your back and walk away and go, I don't deserve this feeling. Queen of Cups reversed. Yeah, I don't deserve this feeling. So that walking away energy, people are going to be afraid of their karma. I think they sense that they're protected as long as like, like, as long as the black sheep will protect them or choose to be in the herd and not, like, do its own thing. It's giving, like, wolf in sheep's clothing as well. Like someone's hunting the black sheep. 8 of Pentacles, stopping the black sheep from doing their work. Especially for those in my collective that are like light workers and doing like God's work. It's giving like humans are very hellish, okay, and they don't want to admit it, okay, and it's giving like if the scapegoat takes themselves out of the equation, there's no one to blame but themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what else? Tell me any remaining messages for collective's highest good, okay? Let's see. Collective messages for the highest good. Collective messages for the highest good. Oh my gosh. I was saying some stuff about resistance. Okay, we have that resistance card. Like someone is putting up energetic resistance and seeing if it works. This 10 of Pentacles reverse, 4 of Wands reverse, it just looks like a big red flag. Like someone sees that you're holding like a jackpot and doesn't want you to have it. Like someone wants to switch destinies with you, so therefore they're like siphoning your energy. So they're siphoning your energy, so they're getting you excited and like thinking something's gonna happen, and then they ghost you or they just don't show up. Like it's giving missing in action, and that was part of like someone's actions don't line up with how they're feeling, and it could be or what they're saying. Like someone like, oh, I'm down to come through, and then they never come through. Or like promises that people who don't keep their promises don't get to keep you. That's just the thing. And it's giving, you're like, oh, one day, and you keep them around, but it's like that one day isn't here yet, so you got to let them go until that one day does show up. They are like, you control all those things, right? Like you will invite them back one day, but you can't invite them back in if you never cast them out, you know, if you never give them that space to learn and grow. And someone's afraid that they're gonna learn and grow in an opposite direction, and it's giving, it is what it is. Like you have given yourself space for a better, something better to be replaced by that thing that took its different direction. You know, it's just giving like you're putting yourself through more pain than need be by being too specific. Like, I want a love that's forever, but it has to be this person. And it's like, you say, I want a love that's forever. God or spirit or source hears that and brings in someone who has a love that's forever for you. And you're like, oh, I thought it was supposed to be this person. Like, I wanted it to be this person, and it's giving like it was never going to be this person, and someone's delaying their manifestations or not seeing their manifestations clearly because they still have blockages, triggers, traumas. It's giving like whenever one counterpart's ready, the other counterpart gets knocked off. Wheel of Fortune, maybe because of the people that they still choose to have around. Like it's not really a matter of like this individual or that individual. It's like the other individuals that are involved that see the union almost coming, and then there's still room for them to intervene. Like your person's still open to advice from friends that give them bad advice. Your person's still open to family members that give them like a hard time and are jealous. Like it's like this, all these weird energies that your person needs to just slowly unpack from other people. Like it's giving like your person wasn't ready for you to lift the veil over your eyes, like the rose-colored lens over your eyes of the people that are in their life that are like shit, like that just don't serve them. Like things don't have to be that hard. Things could be easy. Like it's just like it's just giving like someone deserves to feel wanted and valued in every experience you have with your connections. Okay, so like if there's an opportunity to hang out, like someone extended an offer to hang out, someone's going to, if they can't, like they're busy, they literally physically can't, even if they wanted to, they will definitely find the means to present another opportunity. They will like, they aren't going to just miss out and like just let it drop, you know, like they're gonna do what they need to do to keep it going. But if you like invite friends and they're like, I don't know, like it's giving partial energy is not it. Someone who's sure of you is what I'm getting. Like maybe that's the missing information. It's like maybe you've never received someone who was very sure about you before, or that you needed to be very sure about them in order to move forward. The World card, like someone's like got pushed out of player energy here is what I'm hearing. Yeah. I'm going to leave the reading here. I'm sorry about abruptly cutting it off earlier. Hopefully this next part made up for it, and I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your 2023. Bye.